I'm Dr. Bob Grakowski. Welcome back to the Better Brain Academy. So we've had several questions on our Facebook Better Brain Academy page about sugars. And so we're going to address several of those. One of them is, what about your phony sugars? Your NutraSweet, your Aspartame, your Splenda, all these different sugars. They're actually not sugars. They are aspartic acid, phenylalanine, and other different type of methanol. So it's basically alcohols and other different acids that are put together to change the protein structure to make it like a sweetener. The problem with this is this triggers a thing in our brain called a xenosensor, which is a foreign chemical. So if there's a foreign chemical that is ingested in the body, our brain sees it and it starts to trigger an immune response. So several things happen in this cascade when you're eating a lot of phony sugars. So if you eat aspartame, it has supposedly 30 different neurotoxins. So all these different things create toxicity in the brain. These have been shown to do anything from weight gain. It affects the ghrelin and the leptin exchange as far as our hunger centers. So we actually don't trigger the brain to reduce our hunger, it actually increases our hunger. So if you think you're actually reducing your weight by taking in some of these phony sugars, it's actually triggering more of a hunger response, and so you have more cravings for sugar. The other thing with aspartame is it triggers a thing called this xenosensor, which affects your immune response. So your body sees it as foreign, so you can develop different autoimmune problems, not only in the brain, but in the joints. There can be different types of achiness, chronic fatigue, and fibromyalgia type of symptoms have been related to chronic use of these phony sweeteners. The two biggest things are aspartame and glutamate. These are neurochemicals that are in the cells of the brain. For instance, if a person has a trauma to the brain, our brain releases these glutamate and aspartame, and it's like an emergency response. What you will sometimes see is you are more startled or more frightened or more agitated, or you have sleep pattern problems. You can't get into that sleep pattern. You have a hard time getting to sleep and a hard time staying asleep. Not only is it affecting your weight, it's affecting your ability to sleep, it's affecting your immune system. I am not a fan of the phony sugars at all. If you're going to use anything, do a organic stevia. Stevia is 20 times sweeter than sugar. So you can use very small amounts. Our body takes it in and is able to break that down. So if you're going to do any type of sweetener, stevia is probably one of the better choices for not triggering that hunger center, but also it is a non-toxic chemical for your brain. So you want to make sure that you're not triggering these immunological problems and autoimmune problems in your body. Really do everything possible to avoid these phony sweeteners, and they can be under a lot of different names, but aspartame is the biggest name. It is literally a protein that has been molecularly changed to be a sweetener, but is not good for your brain, it's not good for your body, it's not good for your weight, it's not good for your immune system, it's not good for pain patterns. So I highly recommend that you avoid not only the diet sodas, but the diet foods, and really look at the labels to eliminate aspartame. It's Dr. Bob with another Better Brain tip for the Academy. Have a great rest of your day.